uh, have responded to the call of the world leaders. The international community have been calling us that with all the grievances that you have, you must pull out of Hijlich. And this will allow the smooth negotiations between you and Khartoum. I have counted before in Arabic those who talked, who called me on the telephones, and I have talked to them all. But their message is one, that we have to pull out from the contested area of Hijlich, which is Pantho in our own terms. We have been resisting, but yesterday we came to the conclusion that instead we drive away our own friends who have been working with us closely by refusing not to withdraw. They may misunderstand us. And so we decided yesterday that we have to pull out our forces in 3 days interval. This morning, this decision was discussed in the Council of Ministers. It was brought to them, actually not discussion, but it was approved by the Council of Ministers. It was a recommendation from our National Security Council of South Sudan. This was approved by the Council of Ministers that our troops have to pull out, but not because of any defeat. We have not gone into engagement with them. Our engagements ended yesterday when they attempted that they want to come back to Hijlich, and they were beaten in a very bad manner. So should they claim any victory that they have defeated our forces, you just remain normal where you are, and know that this is just a propaganda to raise the morale of their troops. And let them count how many did they lose, how many were lost in this battle. They know how many they lost. Since they attacked us on the 10th of this month, we took Hijlich on the 10th, and we remained there. How many did they leave behind? And when they attempted on the 17th, on the 18th, I mean, how many did they lose? And yesterday, this was a serious crisis for Bashir. But you don't withdraw because you are weak. Strategically, you can withdraw actually when you are strong. That gives you more credibility. And especially if you are asked by credible people that you pull out from here, you better change. It is for the greater good in future that you do that. And this is why we accepted to pull out. So whatever propaganda is being done about Hijlich today in Khartoum, let them show you Hijlich. Let them show you how many SPLA soldiers are left on the ground, dead, or how many have they captured. We brought their captives here, and everybody saw them on the TV. We captured some somewhere, and we handed them over to them. So if they have really taken Hijlich by force, let them show us Mantigat Hijlich, let them show us our casualties, even whatever equipment that they have captured. Let them show us. They may show you their own tanks, that these are the tanks they captured from the SPLA. They may show you their own 12.7s or Zu-23 or whatever gun. They will say these are the guns of the SPLA, but not at all. Not the Musadas that they have captured from us. So, but in the war there are such casualties that can happen. We have lost, but we have taken away all the weapons and the bodies of our wounded. The time when they attack us. The time when we fought also, we lost some of our comrades. And their names are in the general headquarters. So, whatever war that you go in, you don't go in that you are going to crush those people and come out without a single casualty. Then you are not a man of our world. You might be very a superman, that can do such things. With this pulling out from Pantau, we still remain ready to defend South Sudan if we are attacked. And if Sudan Armed Forces and their militias want to tamper with the borders of South Sudan, they will get it hard. And I don't think that it will be easy for them. Bashir said that he wants to come to Juba to get rid of the SPLM rule, so that the citizens of South Sudan become free, that SPLM is not ruling them well, and so they are coming to get rid of the SPLM. How many of you here are not SPLM? And how will they differentiate you when they come fighting? Because during the war, nobody raises his or her hand that, look, I'm not part of these people. Don't shoot at me. You will not get it. Anyway, we remain ready to confront any aggression again coming to us. But as I have been saying, we are ready to return to the negotiations with the government of Khartoum to discuss all the outstanding issues, starting from where we stopped, being the issue of the demarcation of the borders between the two countries, being the issue of citizenship, being the issue of the oil itself, being the issue of the Abyei area, or being the other issues of the CPA, like the two areas, Blue Nile and South Kordofan. We are ready to go back to discuss all these things with the government of Khartoum. It was they who refused to talk, not us. We want to make sure that in these discussions, all the areas that are contested should be taken to the International Court of Arbitration. Because if we don't agree during these negotiations, there will be no way that we can agree. We have discussed these things now for the last 4 years, and we have not agreed. The only solution will be to go for arbitration. Khartoum do not want to go for arbitration. But this time we will have to go for arbitration. Otherwise, All these conflicts on the borders will not stop. I warn all of you, citizens of South Sudan, to remain calm. You remain calm, but be vigilant and on alert all the time so that you can rise up and defend your own country should there be any aggression from Sudan. Thank you very much.